just want to get your take on, if you have one, on food delivery systems in the world. In that, I think there's enough food to go around when you see all the tons of food that gets wasted in New York every day because you can't serve the bread twice.
Right.
And so what do you think about what's going on with everything like from, NAFTA, which I know that you were probably critical with Clinton about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I think has screwed a lot of people out of a meal. Where do you think the future of food distribution is going and the importance of that?
Well, I think this speaks to that whole idea of a paradigm shift. We need to bail out people, not banks. All of a sudden, these countless hundreds of billions of dollars are that are apparently sitting around in sacks in the Treasury, are given to the automobile industry, or given to these corporations which have flushed the economy down the toilet. Now, what if we made as our priority, ending, look at the three things that would end AIDS in Africa. First one's poverty. What can we do with those $700 billion tomorrow to address that problem? It's just a matter of, those people aren't on the radar. Those people don't matter. The 75,000 people on the streets of Los Angeles, they're not a voting bloc. They have no influence. They just don't matter. They just don't factor into the calculation. The automobile industry, on the other hand, those jackasses who fly in their private jets to go pick up their checks from Congress, they've got the time, they've got the ear, and at the end of the day, they've got the checks, your and my tax dollars, as some sort of bonus for their malfeasance. And that's what I think, it really takes that sort of paradigm shift. And that's not going to happen when the structure is set. It's changing the structure that will allow us to bail out people, not banks. And I am all in favor. I always have the website and the booth at the gig, and those things I think are very important and can make a real difference in the lives of the people in the communities where we play, and can make an absolute difference. But I think that shining a light on the bigger picture of what it is, what the fuck are we doing when we're giving hundreds of billions of dollars to millionaires when there are teenagers with AIDS and their little kids who, with a tiny percentage of that, could dramatically change their lives and their communities forever.
Last question. And I would, if you were to address a young person anywhere in the world, because human rights is a global thing, and Amnesty International is a global, their eyes are everywhere. What would you tell a young person, someone who would show up to your show? You as an individual, what is your responsibility to your fellow humans around the world? What's your responsibility right now? What should you go do tomorrow? Yeah. Just as a matter of course. Yeah. I mean, first of all, I don't know that I would. Or no, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I would necessarily take that tone with them and tell them there's a responsibility, because I think there are plenty of people in that audience who recognize that something's not right, who recognize that they maybe feel powerless, they maybe feel atomized. That yes, sure, they can Twitter, but and they've got a PS3, but how do I interact with it? The thing that I would tell them is that the world has only changed because people like you have changed it. You, not people in just people exactly like you. The Berlin women got the right to vote. Lunch counters were desegregated. The Berlin Wall fell. Apartheid was overthrown because of people just like you. You are an agent of history. History's not done. You're in it. And what you do or fail to do during your time is going to make an enormous difference in what the planet looks like during your time and in the future.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.